EA Replay is a compilation game on the PSP, but is it any good? Let's have a little look. In 2006 we got EA Replay on the PSP, which is a compilation of games which were released on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive. There are 14 games to choose from, which are Bob, Budokan, Desert Strike, Haunting, Jungle Strike, Mutant League Football, Road Rash, Road Rash 2 and 3, Syndicate, Ultima 7, Virtual Pinball, Wing Commander and Wing Commander Secret Missions. First up is Bob, and this is a Super Nintendo version. You play as Bob, who's on his way to a blind date but crashes on an asteroid full of bastards. You must shoot or punch your way through this side-scrolling platform game and get a vehicle to make your date on time. There's plenty of weapons and upgrades along the way. I've never given this game a proper chance before, but it doesn't seem that bad from what I've played of it. Budokan, or Budokan, or whatever it's meant to be called, is a Mega Drive game, which may have passed a lot of people by, and there's a good reason for that. It's shit. If you like standing in one place, poking someone with a stick, then you're going to love this game. There are different fighting styles such as karate, kendo, nunchaku and bow. You must have patience, discipline, concentration and tranquility, none of which I have, so balls to this sack of spunk. Desert Strike is also a Mega Drive version, and this was probably played by most people who owned a Mega Drive back in the day, or at least you borrowed it from a friend. You control an Apache helicopter in the desert, hence the name. There's some mad bastard who threatens to start Armageddon, and your mission is to blow the twat off the planet. This, for most, is just a game that you want to fly around and blow up everything that moves, but for the more serious players, you need to plan out where you need to go and complete your objectives without being blown out of the sky. Fuel and ammo are limited, so you need to monitor those, or that alone can cause a huge disadvantage. A great amount of fun if you have the patience. Haunting, starring Poltergeist, is a great Mega Drive game. You play as a poltergeist in the Sardini's home, and you want them out after they have manufactured faulty skateboards. You can move around the isometric home and possess items or furniture around the home, which will transform into something horrific to frighten the family members. You only have a limited supply of ectoplasm to create these big scares, so choose wisely. Jungle Strike is a sequel to Desert Strike.
Says it on the cover there.
After killing General Kilbaba in the first game, his son has also become a massive piece of shit, and he threatens to use nuclear weapons. But before he manufactures them, you need to take him down before it's too late. Again, this is a good game with plenty more to do, and you don't have to stay in one vehicle. Mutant League Football is basically American football with mutant monsters. This may be a good game, but I have no idea what I'm doing, and I can't stand American football in any form. Road Rash is a motorbike racing game where you take to the streets in a race like no other. You can punch and kick your opponents to gain an advantage, but there are many hazards along the way, including traffic and wildlife. Get knocked off your bike and you have to run back to it and try and regain your position before the race ends. There's no vehicle sounds in this game, which doesn't really matter, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the original soundtrack. Road Rash 2 offers different courses and weapons. You can steal weapons off other riders and beat them with it until they come off. There are subtle differences between this and the first, and it just makes the game look and feel better. Road Rash 3 is the least popular of the series, where they try to improve graphics and gameplay, but it just didn't compare to the previous two. Syndicate on the Super Nintendo is a game I have no idea what it's about or how to play it. This isn't my sort of game, but it doesn't look or feel like something terrible. Maybe this is more for the strategy enthusiasts, but I'm not one of them. Ultima 7 on the Super Nintendo is an RPG game that looks oddly stretched sideways. The people of Britannia are disappearing and you need to find out why. I hate these games, except for Link to the Past. There's possibly fans of this game out there. Maybe? I don't know. Not something I can stick with. Virtual Pinball on the Mega Drive is obviously pinball. My first impression of the game is that it looks disgusting, but there are modes which alter the backgrounds and themes, which is extremely cool for a game like this. I love pinball games, but although this has a lot of features, it just seemed very dull. Wing Commander on the Super Nintendo is a space shooter in a first-person perspective, and you must stop the Kilrathi Empire from using its weapon that is capable of destroying entire planets. If you like Star Fox, then play Star Fox because this is shit. Wing Commander of the Secret Missions is the same game but with secret missions. Same shit, different mission. But is this game any good? As with all compilations, there's something for everyone, and there's a few good games on there. These are all EA games of the 16-bit era, which means you won't get stung by in-game purchases. Each game has bonus features you can unlock throughout the game, such as artwork, and there are game tips which give you level codes or tips on how to help you progress. There's an autosave feature which is handy for these old games, as well as an ad hoc mode to play against someone else who has a PSP. There's also game share mode, so other PSP owners can download the game temporarily in order to have a two-player game. This is a good game that works well for a portable system, as it gives you multiple games to choose from, rather than carrying around loads of UMDs. If it were released on home consoles, I doubt it would have been that popular. It's holding on to its value too, but it's not a bad price for someone who loves playing the PSP, and I'll give this 75%. Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?